At night, Peppa woke up. The house was strangely quiet. The clock wasn't even ticking. Everything looked familiar, but somehow wrong. The light from the window was dim, the walls were gray, and the air was cold and heavy, as if in a basement. George was sitting next to him. He wasn't sleeping. He stared straight into the center of the room without blinking. "George, what do you see?" Peppa whispered. He slowly raised his paw and pointed forward. On the wall where the rainbow painting had hung earlier in the day, there was now a door. New, narrow, blue like the evening sky, but with a slight glow. Peppa came closer. The door seemed painted right on the wall, but when she touched it, the wood was as cold as ice. "It wasn't there before," she said. George didn't answer. He stepped forward and reached for the handle. The door opened without a single creak. There was a thick blue fog from inside. The air outside the door was trembling, as if something alive was moving there. George took a step forward. 1 second, and he disappeared. The door closed on its own. Peppa screamed, but the sound seemed to sink into the air. She banged on the door, called for her brother, but she remained cold and mute. A few minutes later, the door opened again. George was standing in the doorway. Dirty, matted fur, pale, glassy eyes. "Where have you been?" Peppa whispered. He answered softly in a strange voice. "There are blue rooms, and the shadow. She's waiting." The next night the door appeared again, but now it's in a different place. Sometimes it's in the kitchen, sometimes right by the bed. Peppa tried not to look, but every time it seemed that someone was breathing from behind the door. A soft tapping is heard. It's like someone's waiting for it to be opened. The next morning, the door was gone. George was calm. "Where were you last night?" "What is it?" she asked. He smiled and said, "I'm already home." And then Peppa realized that of all the doors in their house, one should never open now.